Sorry about those Windows sounds. How's it going, Twitch? My name is Skull, and on behalf of East Asia Soft, welcome to today's stream. Today, I am happy that I get to continue playing Crime Opera 2, The Floodgate Effect. Started playing this on Tuesday. Very happy that I get to play it more today. It's a fun visual novel, really interesting mystery. It's really fun. And this is now out on consoles. PlayStation and Nintendo Switch and Xbox, and Crime Opera 1 is out on Xbox and Switch as well. So yeah, go get it. I mean it, go get it. This is a very fun VN, so give me just a sec. Sorry, I had to scramble to get started on time. My computer was not working right. Well, it turns out it's because I'm an idiot, but anyway. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pick up where we left off. We had just gone through two of the storylines. Izzy's and I forget the other guy. The main guy, not the main guy, the blonde guy up there on the top right. Anyway, so let's go ahead and load up where we are. Chapter 3, whoever this guy is. Sorry, give me another second. Excuse me. Okay, here we go. My nerves still haven't settled. I got something in my teeth. Doesn't help that I'm the only one left writing this stupid midterm. How did they all finish so fast? I look up at the clock, and it seems like I still have a few more minutes left. If I could just manage to calm down a little more, I can finish the last two questions. Okay, Civil Rights Act of 1964. You know this, Ron, just think. So I guess his name is Ron. I take a few deep breaths and scour the back of my mind for the list of definitions I robotically recorded over the last couple hours before the midterm started. It's there. That's one of the ones I made sure to keep studying again and again because I knew it would pop up as one of the definitions. I just remembered I have to turn this down to like 15, don't I? Yep, that should be better. Sorry about that. I forgot about that. No person in the United States shall, on grounds of race, color, or national origin, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. And the last one, 3 R's. An easy one, but I don't know how the hell this is supposed to be teaching us anything. I'm just going to forget it all in the next few weeks as we move on to other things. And in an everyday sense, 3 R's could mean just about anything in relation to any subject. Whatever, though. If it gets me a good grade, I'm thankful I know it. Relief for the unemployed and poor, recovery of the economy to normal levels, and reform of the financial system to prevent a repeat depression. Word for word, that's it. My hard-earned tuition money going to good use. Memorizing a bunch of words in a specially strung-together order. Welcome to my university. Or college, as my family all refer to it as. They don't seem to recognize there's a difference. I know there is one. I'm just not completely sure what that difference entails or to what extent. Anyway, it's university. All theory, no practicality whatsoever. Come to realize over the last couple months that coming here may have been a mistake on my part. I need practical. Something I could use to get a decent job. I know a degree from this school would look great on a resume, but even if it did get me a job, would I ever be able to use anything I learned for that job? My guess from what I've seen so far is no. I look up at the clock. I've managed to finish with 6 minutes to spare. Still don't know whether to be happy about that or worried that I was the last one done. If any stragglers are left outside the classroom, I'll probably look like a real idiot coming out now. Shit. I suppose there's nothing I can do about it now. Pushing my chair out as I gather the exam papers up, I start moving toward the professor's desk. All done? I'm taken aback by his volume. He had been whispering when all the other students brought their exams to him. Guess there's no reason to anymore since I'm the last one in here. Yeah. Good luck. I don't know how I should take those words. Is that what he's been saying to everyone? Is it just me because I was the last one in here? Does he think I had a really tough time with it? It wasn't all that hard. I was just nervous, which made me slow. Or maybe I'm just a slow rider compared to the rest of these people. I don't know. Shit, stop worrying about it, Ron. It's all over now. Thanks. I make my way outside and pass through the through the crowds of students. Evening, Dimlord. How are you doing? A lot of them are standing around in groups, talking about their exams and how they think they did. I don't really know anyone here, aside from the odd person here and there who was too bored to pay attention during class and decided they'd rather talk to me instead. Who's this? Oh, you didn't like Pokemon Day? I really liked it. It was great. I liked it a lot. I'm sorry to hear you didn't, though. What was I thinking about? Who was that? I could have sworn she glanced my way. I couldn't tell exactly because her face was sort of hidden by the glare of the sun, but she looked beautiful from the angle I was looking from. Shit. I guess there are some major perks to university, whether it'll pan out in the long run or not. Anyways, time to go home. I didn't get nearly enough sleep last night, so I want to crawl into bed and catch up on some Z's. It's extremely convenient living so close to the school. The walk takes literally 2 minutes once I'm outside the gates. It's basically the only good part about living in the dorms. Actually, that's not entirely true. These dorms are new, and they resemble something more like a bachelor's pad than an actual dorm room. I had to pay a buttload more for it, but it was pretty worth it, aside from the loud noise I have to put up with, especially on weekends. I fling my backpack on the floor as soon as I step in the door and head for bed. I'm so exhausted that I don't even have a mind to think about food. Which is probably a good thing because I'm pretty sure I don't have any. One thing I've noticed since I've been living alone is that I'm the laziest shopper around. I think even my old man knows his way around a grocery store better than I do, and he barely even comes out of his room. Okay, so this is one of the cousins. That did it. Now I'm wondering if that's how I've been these last couple months too. My head bounces off my pillow as I leap into the bed. Yep. That's how it's been. Shit. Normally, I'd wallow in the sadness that is my current existence, making sleep next to impossible to achieve. Today is different, though, as I can already feel my consciousness leaving me. In these last few seconds I have being awake, I feel like I'm finally able to relax a little. Run! Run! Huh? What? I died a long time ago. It's time for you to take your brother's place. She made a gun for you. What are you going to do? I I don't have to do anything with it. The exam went well. That's not what your mother said. She can think for herself. I should kill her for that. No, don't! You can't do it now! Don't you think he already did that? Shit! I wake up and my heart is pounding. The dream feels like a nightmare. But everything I remember of it makes no sense. There was no reason to be feeling anxious, but I have a hard time trying to slow my heartbeat anyway. Stop. Just stop. It was nothing. Didn't even make any sense. Well, I'm glad that he thinks that, because it didn't make sense to me either. But of course I know why it's getting to me. Anytime I dream of my mom, or anyone in the dream even mentions her, it's my brain trying to pull me back to that day. The day she was killed. I was still just a kid. I had no idea what was going on, and even after it was all said and done, I still couldn't understand any of it. My Uncle Gerald always seemed like one of those cool uncles. My father was the psychotic old bastard, and Uncle Gerald was the one who kept the family grounded and secure. But it was all different on the night that he killed my mother. We were packing to leave. Me, my brother, my sisters, and my mom. She left for a few minutes to go load some things in the car, and that's when Uncle Gerald arrived, telling us that she had gone to the store with Shauna for a few minutes, and that he would supervise us until they got back. I knew he was acting funny, but there was no way I could have seen any of it coming. The gun he held to my head when my father tried to come in the house. Bertie shooting Uncle Gerald from behind. I was more scared than I ever thought possible the entire time, but when it was all over, when I thought it had finally ended and that I was safe, my dad marched his way through the hallway, taking the gun from my brother and praising him on a job well done. I walked outside to get away from it all, to feel the freedom and peace of natural summer air. That's when I saw it. My aunt was hunched over top of my mother's body. It was dark outside, and they were about 20 yards away, so it didn't register at first what I was looking at. But being a child, my curiosity got the better of me, and I walked towards the scene. I could still remember Aunt Alice's loud shriek, yelling at me to stay back and look away. I couldn't. I had to know. It only took a few small steps before I could tell who it was lying on the ground. Everyone was there, waiting by the car for the hostage situation I had been in to end. They all knew before I did. Shauna, Kevin, Izzy, Aunt Alice. The only ones who didn't even have a clue what had happened were me, Bertie, and Amy, the three kids who were a mere 30 yards away from the crime the entire time. I pushed the rest of it out of my mind. I can't take reliving the emotions that came next. Not again. I've been through this too many times. It has to stop. I need to put it all out of my head. For fuck's sake, it's been almost a whole decade since it happened. No matter how young I was at the time, I need to put it behind me. If only there was an easy way out. I rub the sleep out of my eyes. I feel wide awake, but my body feels heavy. I've experienced this many times. It'll be hours before I can fall back to sleep again. There are a few things in life more frustrating than nights like these. I look over at my alarm clock. It's almost 11 p.m. I could always watch some TV for a while before trying to sleep again. For some reason, though, that doesn't seem so appealing tonight. A short while ago, I wanted nothing more than to escape from civilization and sleep the rest of the night through. Now it's the complete opposite. Civilization is exactly what I need to be around, and even though I don't know anyone, just being around people seems like it would help. Like it could help me escape this weird feeling of isolation. But where should I go? Maybe a coffee shop or... No, that's a stupid idea. I'd never fall back to sleep later. Fuck it. I'll just go out for a stroll somewhere. Throwing on a t-shirt and some acceptable pants, though I use the term acceptable very lightly, I grab my keys to lock up and get out on my way. That moon looks a little more oval than usual, I think. It's cool out. I soon find myself wishing I'd brought my jacket. Shit. Not much I could do about it now. Going back would feel stupid, like admitting defeat. It's not all that cold anyway, just a tad windy is all. I start off by walking around rather aimlessly, but as I see more and more people around the campus grounds, my steps naturally start to move in that direction. The strangers walking by are all faceless in the dark, but it's still somewhat comforting to be amongst the realm of the living. Much better than my isolated little home. I keep my mind from wandering back to my dreams, and instead try to come up with some sort of route or destination. After a few more minutes of steady pondering, I come up with the grad club bar at the school. So long as I don't order any drinks, they won't ask me for my ID. I don't think. I didn't know that schools had bars on campus. The first thing I notice when I walk in is that it's much emptier than I'd imagined it would be. I expected a lot of students would be celebrating the end of their exams with a few drinks here. Maybe this bar is more for the older crowd, like faculty members and older students. It is the grad club, after all. I grab a seat at the bar and have a look around. The bartender is clearing tables, not noticing he has a new customer by the bar, or just not caring, one of the two. There is a table on the far side with a group of 5, all older people, probably teachers. In the other corner, there's a geeky-looking Asian guy completely enthralled in his physics textbook, reading. A few feet away from him, there's a guy and a girl sitting at a table together. They aren't talking at all, they're just sitting there, staring at the table between them. It's a pretty awkward date if that's what's going on. Somehow I feel like this isn't where I should have ended up. And just when I think I'm about to stand up to leave, I see a somewhat familiar face, or mostly just her figure, rather. It's the girl I saw on my way home earlier. What are the chances of that happening? Well, if you're in a work of fiction, pretty high. She walks up to the bar and stands right next to me, like a foot away, maybe even less. I steal a quick glance at her, and my heart jumps into my throat. I hear that most people tend to like that feeling, but it just annoys me. It actually kind of hurts. But it can't be helped. She's just unbelievably gorgeous. In a split second, I went from calm and cool to completely nerve-bitten. I looked to the bar, trying not to stare. But my peripherals are working on overtime, and my imagination builds the rest of the image of her in my mind. buy me a drink? Shit. Shit. What the hell is she talking to me for? Think, Ron, think. What did she say? Get it together. Think. Drink. She wants a drink. An alcoholic one, right? It would be stupid to ask a guy for a cola. That's not natural. Or is it? Alcohol. God damn it, I can't buy that. I'm not of age. The words come out before I have time to make them pretty. I'm too nervous to realize how lame they sound anyway. I'm just guessing they're lame. A look of disappointment spreads across her face. Me neither. Don't worry, though. I've got us covered. Go sit at the far end of the bar. Huh? What the hell did she say? I don't care how nervous I am. I'm pretty sure most of what she just said didn't make any sense. Breathe, Ron. There were instructions there. Sit at the far end of the bar? Does she want me to get away from her? No. I've got us covered. That's got to mean something good, right? This chick is too blunt. Whatever. I get up from my seat and start to move. She doesn't react at all. She just waits there patiently, looking over the bar and waiting for the bartender to return to his post. I get to the far end of the bar and sit, waiting, watching, shaky as a newborn deer. What the hell am I doing? Finally, the bartender comes around. Didn't take him long once she showed up. I guess this is the kind of thing guys have to deal with at bars. Hi, what kind of beer do professors usually drink here? Hey, they all have their own preferences. Couldn't tell you. Darn. Well, what's your most popular? The house ale's pretty popular. What do you take me for, a freshman? That stuff is awful. Can't blame a guy for trying. What about this? He points to one of the taps. I can't see what one it is, nor do I really know my beers all that well. I know the stuff my father drinks. That's about it. I made a point of staying away from it simply because how he acts when he's drinking it. Of course, if she's really doing what I think she is, and getting it to share with me, I'd have to make an exception this one time. That's more like it. She looks at the watch dangling from her slim wrist. Damn it, I'm early. How does it taste when it's piss warm? You want this stuff in that case. The bartender moves his hands over to another tap. Don't bother. I'll get another one when he gets here. Pitcher, you look like a bit of a lightweight. I've got some help. The girl nods in my direction. I'm so nervous that I almost didn't notice the disappointed look on the bartender's face. Almost. She pays for it and slides the pitcher along with 2 glasses down my way. I thank her, picking up one of the glasses as she hoists the pitcher with her tiny wrists and begins pouring for us. Out of the corner of my eye, I can see the bartender grumpily march out from behind the bar and start cleaning tables again. Don't thank me. This is on you. Pay up. She smiles sweetly and holds out her hand. I'm caught off guard, again, and shakily pull out my wallet to fork out the dough. Thank you kindly. I'm starting to think I have a real gift for this. Haven't been carded in my last 3 visits. Yep, that's all I can muster. It's not even half a word. But despite my state of speechlessness, I really am impressed. She managed to hold his attention that whole time and keep him away from checking her ID. I thought for sure that when he mentioned her being a lightweight, he'd ask her for her card. I guess he was more interested in the amount it'd take to get her drunk. I'm Anya, by the way. Underage drinker extraordinaire, apparently. Ron. We shake hands awkwardly. Her hand is very tiny, with slender fingers and super soft skin. There's not even a hint of a callus. Focus, Ron, focus! So, what brings you to the lamest bar in town in the middle of the week, Ron? Just don't say nightmares. Anything but nightmares. Bad dreams. Fuck! You stupid fucking moron! I hate you! I hope you die, you spectacular goddamn idiot! I might as well have told her I had a tummy ache and laid down on the ground crying like a baby. Shit! Really? What about? Never mind. Can't remember. I wish I could forget mine. That's actually why I'm here too. I should be studying and getting a decent sleep before my exam tomorrow morning. I've been having these awful nightmares though, like every night. Sounds pretty bad. She seems pretty forthcoming. Maybe I can manage not to make things seem so... Speaking of awkward, maybe I can manage not to make things seem too awkward like this. I'll continue my short prompts and she can talk all she wants. Please, God, let this work. You have no idea. I saw this girl jump in front of a train last week, like right before my eyes. It was horrendous. Ever since, I've been having the most surreal dreams about it. I'm worried that I might be scarred for life or something, and I'll end up with post-traumatic stress disorder or whatever. Oh, I remember hearing about that girl. It wasn't too far from here. But, wait, what the heck is she talking about? I've never even heard of that. What? It's the thing the veterans went through after Vietnam. You know, how they got all depressed and killed themselves when they get back? I think I heard about that somewhere. Although I can't see how fighting in a war would be the same as seeing someone jump in front of a train. In the first case, your very life is at stake. And in the other, you just saw something that was pretty fucked up and brutal. I don't know, maybe they are kind of the same. They're both fairly traumatic, that's true. I wonder if seeing your mother's corpse when you're only 10 could cause that disorder. Am I depressed? It's possible. Mental disorders and illnesses and stuff were not as well understood in the 80s as they are now, and frankly, we don't even understand them all that well now. We just understand them more. So yeah, it's possible, and even so, it's not something that would have been openly talked about. It was sort of considered a kind of a stigma even when I was growing up. So, I'm very thankful that we live in a time when we can more openly talk about it and more openly encourage people to get help if they need it, and that help is more readily available. Still got a long way to go, though. If anyone's watching this and you need to hear this, there's nothing wrong with needing help. Everyone needs help at some point. Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. I'm probably being stupid. In a few weeks I'll have so much on the go, it'll fall to the back of my mind and I'll eventually forget it ever happened. Yeah, I'm sure anyone would be stressing out after seeing that. Right, though? Didn't I already agree with her? This girl speaks kinda oddly. I'm not sure I'm doing too well here. You know, you're pretty easy to talk to. Are you a psychology major or something? Of course, I could be wrong. No. History. You bore. What's done is done, right? This coming from the girl who can't get over an incident that has nothing to do with her. I guess I should take my own advice, huh? Oh God, how has no one ever told me how awful my fake laugh is? Say something clever. Recover. So, what's your major? You know what? That's not a bad choice. That's not a bad thing to, that's actually a pretty good comeback. Good enough. Yeah, right? Like, of all the things you could have said, that's probably pretty safe. Sociology. I hate my life. This time I actually laugh. I don't know if she's actually genuinely funny or just so cute that I can't help myself. She seems to appreciate my laughter, though. And yet I'm the boring one, huh? Maybe we should take the rest of the night to drink our faces off and consider switching majors. From that point on, I start to settle into our conversation and my nerves slowly begin to slip away. Before I know it, I'm actually contributing more and more, and I become less self-conscious with my lame baiting prompts. I don't even realize how fast the time goes by when she looks at her watch and starts flipping out. Shit, it's 10 to 2. Yikes, didn't you say you had an early exam tomorrow? Yeah, I have to get home and at least try to get some sleep for it. Shit, I was actually having fun. Same time, same place tomorrow. Okay, see ya. She breezes out of the place before I have a chance to realize she just scheduled a date for us. Wait, what? She wants to hang out again? With me? I'm shocked. Buzzed and shocked. I rub my eyes, feeling noticeably a little dizzy. It's probably time I headed back home myself. And to chapter 3. And yes, let's read those tips. Well, it's very nice to see that this did not end as poorly as the last 2 chapters did. I think that's everything. Oh, wait, this is the house, but he lives in the dorm. This is Amy. Have we seen Amy? Yes, we've seen Amy. Wait, have we seen Amy? Are you sure you don't want to stay for dinner? I'm making pork chops. Nah, I need to go get the stuff over to the apartment and unpack as quickly as I can. Classes start tomorrow, so I need to be prepared. Okay, well, this is in the past. Do you want me to help you unpack? Thanks, but I'll be fine on my own. Listen, everything is going to be fine. You guys will be okay without me. But you're leaving us just like Shauna did, and she never came back. Hey, it's not like it at all. That's not it at all. Shauna moving away and me going off to school are completely different. You can still see me anytime you want. I'm just a few blocks away. Besides, you have Birdie to protect you. Right, Bert? Yeah. That's what Shauna said about you when she left. You're just pawning me off on him like she did on you. It's not fair. It's just my turn to leave. We can't let that old piece of shit hold us back forever. Amy, your time will come soon, and you just have to stick it out a little longer. That's it. And Birdie won't let him do anything bad to you when I'm away. You're family, so he'll protect you. You promise I can see you at any time, and you won't stay away as long as Shauna did? Absolutely. I could drive you over to see my place sometime this week, too. Okay. I'll miss you, Ronnie. It's Ron now, remember? Gotta keep up appearances for the world of adulthood. Anyways, I'll miss you guys, too. Chapter 4, Amy's Friends. And I guess we finally get a chapter with Amy. I try my best to hold back the tears, looking down at my desk and pretending I'm not the least bit bothered. I wanted to check out the trophies list, actually, because I haven't done that yet. Is it simply finishing the game? 22. Oh, and it needs to be in the visual novel mode specifically. Interesting. So doing this casual doesn't get you trophies. That is very interesting. I believe, if I remember right, there's 24 chapters total. Simply playing the game to the end in visual novel mode gets you a platinum trophy, so there you go. All I want to do is rub my hand through my hair and pull out the disgusting spitballs that might have got caught in it. It's gross and it hurts when it hits the back of my head. It doesn't hurt half as bad as it does to know the reasons behind why it's happening. They hate me. All of them. Everyone. They think I'm weird. And they treat me like crap just because I'm a little different than they are. The teacher pretends not to notice. Maybe he doesn't care, or maybe he thinks it'll embarrass me even more if he draws more attention to it. I just keep my eyes closed, holding back the tears as hard as I can, even if I feel a small bud of water escape the side of my left eye. It's not fair. I haven't done anything to deserve this. I just want to be left alone. Don't I stay out of their way enough as it is? What more can I do? And that did it, that last thought. I break down crying, burying my face in my arms that are resting softly on my desk. My body convulses and the tears begin to flow. I don't make a sound. That's my last strand of dignity I have left. If a whimpering sound escapes from my mouth, I've lost it all. Boys, one more spitball and you're going to the VP's office. Attention drawn. Now everyone is probably staring at me, even the ones who hadn't noticed before. Maybe it doesn't even matter if I make a sound now. No, it probably wouldn't matter, but holding it back is the one thing keeping me from running from the room, making myself look like even more of a loser. I wish I had someone close to me that was in this class. No one would dare spit anything at me if Izzy was sitting next to me, out of fear that they'd accidentally hit her instead. I'm not sure she would ever be one to sit with me, though. It happened once before, but that's because she was the last one to enter the room, and the seat next to me was the only one left. She didn't really talk to me then, but she doesn't talk to anyone a lot. Finally, the bell rings. I hear everyone scramble to leave, but I don't move. I don't want to move until everyone is gone. It's time for lunch, Amy. He mumbles it under his breath so that no one hears. It almost sounds soothing, as if he's trying to comfort me. I don't much care if he is or isn't at this point. I'm too humiliated. I refuse to budge until the room has cleared. And when the last pair of footsteps fade away, probably belonging to the teacher, I lift my head. Yep, everyone's gone. I wipe at my eyes with the tips of my fingers, trying not to smear my makeup all over my face. It's probably worthless to even attempt it by now. I'm careful anyway. It's bad enough the whole class knows I was crying. I don't want the entire school to see. I glance around the room, making sure that everyone is indeed gone. It's a relief to know that they are, and I can begin packing my textbooks back into my bag. I carry so many around at a time, it's difficult to pull the zipper all the way around closed. I mostly just end up getting it stuck halfway and have to walk around with the corners of a book sticking out. Looks like now is one of those times. It's the least of my woes right now, though. As I cautiously enter the hallway, I'm greeted by a familiar face. Oh my God, what happened? Bella! The one person in the world I want to see right now, and she's there, right when I need her. She has a knack for that, showing up at the worst possible times and cheering me up. No one could ask for a better best friend. Those jerks were spitballing at me again. The hall is empty, otherwise I probably wouldn't be as forthcoming with such embarrassing information. I could trust Bella with anything, though. She'd never laugh at me, or yell at me to stand up for myself. She knows her job is to comfort me and make me feel better about things. She's always been like that. Back when I didn't have any friends in school at all, she was the one person who was willing to talk to me. She's a really good person all around. I don't know how I got so lucky to meet her. Assholes! Don't even give them a second thought, Amy. They're not even worth thinking about getting upset over. Yeah, easier said than done, though. The whole class saw it, and I broke down in front of everyone. It's not your fault. It's not like anyone worthwhile thinks badly of you for it. Just calm down and take a few deep breaths. You'll feel better. I need to go to the washroom and fix my makeup. No, it isn't that bad. Here. Bella puts her thumbs under her eyes and gently skims them to the sides. I still feel uneasy about it, not being able to check in the mirror. But Bella wouldn't let me walk around looking like an idiot, so I let her do her thing. Teenage boys are dumb like that. That's how they try to get attention from cute girls they like. They don't think I'm cute at all, or they wouldn't treat me so badly. All the pretty girls here get treated like royalty. Different strokes. They think you're in a vulnerable position, so they approach you with the subtleness of a marching band. I don't think that's right. Come on, it makes perfect sense. You're beautiful. And if you don't believe me, I'll prove it. How are you going to do that? Bella has a weird, devilish smile that she beams sometimes when she's going to say or do something I'm not going to be comfortable with. That's the one I see in her face right now, and instantly I feel a little worried. I'm meeting my friend Thomas for lunch. He doesn't go to this school, so he has no idea about your social standing or anything bad that goes on in your life. He isn't even from this town originally. He moved here just a few weeks ago. And you want me to meet him? Well, duh! And even if you're just a little shy, he's not the type to be a dick and make fun of you or anything. I bet you he'll have the hots for you, like instantly. I don't know. I'm suddenly really nervous and feel like I'm about to give a performance or something. I never was one to do well under pressure. I mean, just look at what happened in the classroom when I felt all those people's eyes on me. This is a bad idea. Really, really bad. I don't want to do it. I need to tell her I can't. But it's Bella. And once she gets an idea in her head, it's almost impossible to make her let it go. What do? I need an excuse to get out of it. Think. No backing out, Missy. I know that look. Just relax and be yourself. He's not gonna bite. I don't feel like going anywhere. And besides, we only have an hour for lunch. That's why we're playing hooky. What? No way, I can't skip class. They'll call my house. Your dad never picks up the phone anyway. You'll be fine. Now come on, he's already waiting for us. No, I can't. Please don't make me do it, Bella. I don't know how to act. What will I even say? This feels like a setup. Oh, God. She walks down the hall and I trail behind her a bit, the distance slowly increasing between us as my body automatically tries to prevent me from making this mistake. Come on, hurry up! I'm so nervous I can't even think of an excuse. I'm trapped, and all I feel right now is dread. We get outside and she starts to speed up a bit. There he is! Thomas, over here! I do my best to act as normal as possible, like I don't even care. It's not doing any good, though. My face feels hot and puffy. I can kind of see a dark-haired guy walking in our direction, though I avert my gaze from him in an attempt to look like I don't care. I don't think I'll be able to look him in the eye anyway. This is a setup after all. The pressure of it all is enough to crush me. Hey? Let's keep moving. You're not technically allowed to be on school grounds. The two of them move on ahead. Wait, what? If I want to escape now, now's the best chance I've got. It wouldn't even be that weird. Would it? The body keeps moving with them, even though I'm trailing behind a few steps. I guess I'm a tad more relaxed since the attention wasn't drawn to me right from the get-go. Just a tad, though. I was worried Bella would make a big deal out of our meeting right away. That wouldn't seem natural or normal in the least, and I'd end up looking even more pathetic than ever. We walked for a couple minutes before ending up at the park. The short time I'm allowed to calm down really helps. I guess just being around this new person is enough to make me feel a bit more comfortable. I'm still feeling anxious, though. Okay, we're safe now. By the way, this is my friend, Amy. Oh, hi. That wasn't as bad as it could have been. No, here's that girl I was telling you about, or here's my friend, isn't she pretty? My eyes find their way to his for a split second before moving away. That's when I realize he's got his hand out waiting for mine. Hi, Andrea. Hesitantly, I reach out to touch him. Hi. He clasps my hand and shakes it twice before letting go. I don't know if it's the nerves or what, but I still feel a light sensation on my skin afterwards. Damn it, I'm such a dork. I didn't realize you'd be bringing anyone. Wait, is he blushing? Is he nervous too? Maybe he's as shy as I am. Is that why Bella wanted us to meet? He definitely seems shy. All the signs are there. I would know, right? But why would he be shy? He's really good looking, or at least what I can see of him in my peripherals anyway. Maybe just another brief glance. Yep, he is. I don't get it. We go everywhere together. She's much cooler than you. Oh, there's Christina. Stay here. I'll be right back. What? No! Why can't we come? Don't leave us here alone. We just met. Bella! No. This can't be happening. What do I say? What am I supposed to do? I don't have anything to talk about with a complete stranger. Great. In a matter of seconds, it's become completely awkward. Please say something. Anything. I promise I'll do my best to answer. A few more seconds pass. We awkwardly stand in our places, our heads turned to see Bella talking with her friend a few yards away. We must look like little lost children. Be brave, Amy. Be brave. So, how did you meet Bella? Did those words really just come out of my mouth? Properly? Without fumbling? I've startled him. Hell, I've startled myself. We're in the midst of conversation, and it's all my doing. How did that happen? Oh, we were friends in elementary school. We just ended up going to different high schools, but stayed friends. What about you? How'd you two meet? I don't even have time to panic now. Come on, Amy, think. He asked you a question, one that you know the answer to. Just tell him. In class, we sat next to each other and started talking. That was the boring version. But the other, truer version is pathetic. People started making fun of me, throwing things at me, and she acted like a friend telling me not to worry about it. That's when I really took to her. She didn't care about how other people treated me. She didn't care that they might make fun of her for talking to me either. She likes to talk, that's for sure. I can never get her to shut up. I bet you think all girls are like that. You said it, not me. So I guess I should cherish these first few minutes with you before you become a Bella Part 2. Eh? Bella 2.0, eh? Yeah, my cousin Izzy tells me I talk too much all the time. I can't believe it. He's actually talking to me and joking with me. I mean, it's still kind of an awkward conversation, and we're both still acting like nervous people, but we're making the most of it. I actually feel better. It actually feels better knowing he's shy about it too. Usually it's only me that acts like this. Maybe Bella knew it would be like this all along. I do have to admit though, I kind of miss it. I'm so busy at school I don't have a lot of time to talk to people. It was like a shock to my system being in class without Bella there to talk my ear off during lectures. Well, you can hang out with us whenever. I keep surprising myself with how bold I'm being. I basically just told him I want him around more. Thanks. I might just take you up on that. I miss hanging around with Bella. You seem really cool too. I feel my face go red at that comment. I can't believe he just said that. This is like a whole new world to me. I feel like the luckiest person in the world when I first met Bella, and that someone might actually become a real friend. I feel the same way now, like it's happening all over again. Maybe, just maybe, Thomas could become a great friend of mine, just like Bella. Or maybe even more than a friend? Nope, that's probably too much to ask for. I'm happy enough at just the thought of being friends and having someone else I can hang around with when I'm lonely. I just hope he doesn't find out how other people treat me at school, because I don't know how he would react. Yeah, you too. I try my best to keep from smiling, but I can feel the size of my mouth pulling at me. I hope the redness on my face doesn't show too much. So, are we a bit more acquainted now? Oh yeah, in that whole minute and a half we learned everything about each other. In fact, we don't have much use for you being around now. She's actually nice to me. Nice is overrated, but I'm glad you approve of one another. So, what do you guys want to do? I don't know. I don't have much time before I have to head back to school. You're not going back. What? Bella says we're playing hooky for the rest of the day. Damn right we are! We work hard, so we deserve a day to relax every now and then. This is funny. To the best of my recollection, I never once skipped a class intentionally. I overslept a few classes in college, I will readily admit to that. I had to miss a few due to, like I couldn't get to school because the roads were shut down because it was snow. I had plenty of excuse absences because I was sick or I was traveling for school-related activities. But to the best of my recollection, I never intentionally skipped one just because I felt like playing hooky. Give me a sec. But I have dreams now. I haven't been to school in over 10 years. And I have dreams now where I have been skipping class so many times all semester long. I don't even remember what classes I'm taking, on what days of the week, what time they meet, what room they're in what building on campus. It just suddenly occurs to me, like in the middle of my dream, I need to get to class or I'm going to fail. And then I spend like an hour like scrambling all around trying to remember what class I'm supposed to be in and where it is. And and apparently I'm not the only one. Apparently it's a very common thing for people throughout the whole rest of their lives to just have nightmares about classes in school. My wife says that her nightmares are that she has a research paper due tomorrow that she hasn't started writing yet. Well, at least in her dreams, she doesn't have to worry about classes. I never skipped a class in my life, not intentionally, and I keep having nightmares that I've been doing that so much just because I don't care. It doesn't line up with me in real life at all. Also, hi, Asbester, how you doing? Welcome back. What's up with that? Someone somewhere decided that that is how dreams work, and I want to know who and why. I hate to break it to you, but that's what the weekend's for. And there are 2 days for that. Smartass. Okay, I see we ended up hanging out, and then it's the picture of her bedroom, and I think, wow, that escalated quickly. Anyway, we ended up hanging out together for a few more hours. We went to the mall, had some pizza, and watched some TV over at Bella's house. It was really fun, and I got more and more relaxed being around Thomas as the day went on. I think he did too. I had just entered my room when I heard the phone ring. I picked up, knowing exactly who would be on the other line. Bella? Haha, how'd you know it would be me? I guess I just know you better than anyone. Yeah, that's probably true. So, what did you think of him? Thomas? He seems really nice. Oh, come on! You think he's totally hot, don't you? Oh my god, shut up! I do not. Yes, you do. Admit it. No, really. Well, that's a shame. I guess you don't care to know what he thinks of you then. That got my attention. I didn't want it to, but it definitely did. What did he think of me? What would someone think of me if they never had a clue about how people treated me and didn't know anything about my past? He probably thought I was really weird, just like everyone else thinks. As if! He thought you were beautiful! I've never seen him act so shy in my life! Did he say that? I thought you didn't want to know. Well, when you say something like that... Yes, he told me that. He wants to hang out with us again as soon as possible. So, do you like him? I don't know. Maybe. I would have to get to know him better. That's a lie. I have huge butterflies in my stomach right now, and my face is even redder than I thought it than it felt when I was around him. I find it hard to believe what she's telling me, but Bella wouldn't lie to me. Even if it was just to build my confidence, she would never betray me like that. And that's why I'm beaming from this news. I haven't been so happy in I don't even know how long. Maybe ever. Well, you'll have your chance. We can hang out anytime we want with him. He's just a call away. So long as we keep him away from school. We don't want other people getting in the way of you too. Yeah, I feel like a freak if he found out how I'm treated at school. And he doesn't know anything about your family's history either, so he has no preconceived notions about you. Yeah. So, while you're here, Asbester, if you wouldn't mind answering a question or two, what was the inspiration for this game? That's the entirety of my question. Was there anything specific, or did this just pop into your mind one day, probably during one of those dreams where we were playing hooky from school, even though we never did that in real life, and you just decided to turn it into a visual novel? Yeah, where did this idea come from? She's right, a lot of people react negatively towards our family after hearing about the incident from 11 years ago. Bella didn't know about it when I first met her. We got to be friends before that could even become an issue, so she was a lot more accepting of it when she finally found out. I hope things turn out the same with Thomas. Higurashi played a huge part of it. Oh, okay, cool. Well, there you go. Well, this is a very fun concept for the game, I gotta say. It's not very often you see a visual novel with this many characters all interconnected. That's gotta be... Do you have like a schematic or a diagram or something so you keep track of who's who? Do you have like a wiki that you use? A personal wiki that you've created so you can cross-reference whenever you need to? Keep track of who's who? Did I seem nervous too? No more than usual. You're still taking your pills, right? So there's no problem. Mm-hmm. Crap, I knew I'd forgotten to do something this morning. No wonder I felt so jittery. I need my pills to help me mellow out a bit. I've been taking them for years. I don't have a choice. is because when I was younger, I heard these voices. I don't really remember too well, but I do know it was confusing. I didn't really understand what was going on, and I saw and heard things that weren't really there. It was really bad when my mom died. No one could explain it to me that she wasn't coming back. I just didn't get it. Like it wasn't possible that she couldn't come back. Ah, well, there you go. Nothing greater than writing while you're inspired. Like, it's such a great feeling as a writer when you just write and it just comes right out. So, excellent. A whole trilogy back to back to back in 3 years. That's good writing right there. It was all a game to me. That's when they took me to the doctors to have me evaluated. Do you think this is a game? Do you think this is a game? Because it is. You're nothing more than a fictional character, a figment of S. Bester's imagination. Anyway. I should be okay now because it's only this morning that I forgot to take them. I'm just a few hours overdue. If I take one after talking with Bella, things should be fine. My worst fear is anyone seeing me when I've been off them for a week or so. That's happened before, and it's awful. That's how a lot of the stories about me get spread in high school from people I was in elementary school with. Thomas seems much more nervous than you did. I was proud of you. Thanks. Click. I heard someone else pick up the phone. It was pretty loud, so I know it was someone on my end. Who's on the line? Amy's at you again. Get off! Okay, sorry. I quickly hang up. Bella will understand. This happens a lot. Now I need to go take my pill before I forget again. Oh. I hope she didn't get in too much trouble from that. Yes, I want to read the tips. Hey, don't worry about those jerks. Just ignore them, and eventually they'll get bored of it. All right, everyone. In your seats, please. Leave her alone, you pricks. Don't worry, I've got your back. They won't mess with you as much as long as you stick with me. I'm Bella, by the way. What's your name? Amy. Nice to meet you. You too. Hey, quiet over there. Sorry. Psst. We'll talk some more when this idiot stops his blabbering. Just what is so funny? Nothing. We'll be quiet now. Oh, now we get a chapter with Maya. So far, the youngest of the group. Isn't she, like, 11, 13, somewhere around there? It's light outside. Must be morning. Hey, wouldn't you look at that? Maya's room looks suspiciously similar to Amy's room. I wonder if they share a room or if it's just the same background. Either. Oh no, it's even better than that. They are two identical rooms in the house. Everything about them is identical because Xander is so OCD. He needs to have his house split in two, an exact mirror image of each other. That's what it is. I used to be a morning person, but lately, just this year actually, it's been different. I wake up later and later all the time, and my sleepiness really hits me. My bed feels extra comfy in the morning, and it's hard to force myself to get up. Been there. As someone who works for myself, I can get up out of bed whenever I want, as long as it's before I start streaming, essentially, for you guys. Where, like, I don't have to do anything technically until, like, 3:30 p.m. my time, when I have to be in front of my computer, get the stream set up, get the software, the capture card, the PlayStation, the game loaded if it's not already, all that stuff. about half an hour before the stream starts is when I need to be in here and start doing all that stuff. The lights, everything. So I don't have to actually get out of bed until 3:30. So even then, I usually wake up at like, these days I wake up somewhere around 10 o'clock in the morning. That's just when I naturally wake up now. And I want to stay there and keep sleeping as long as I can, but my body just refuses to sleep any longer. And most days I just automatically get up. I don't force myself to. I just, before I know it, I'm out of bed, at my computer, checking my email, making breakfast. It's really weird. I don't have to do anything until like 5 or 6 hours after I actually get out of bed, but I do anyway. I don't know why. Yes, Asbester, thank you. That's the canonical explanation for it all. Just saying. It's a exact duplicate mirror image of each other. Xander seems like that kind of guy anyway. Maybe I have a few more minutes left to sleep. That would be good. I'm also the kind of guy who, like, if I need to, I could set my alarm for a specific minute and be up and ready and out the door within like 3 of that minute. I could wake up really, really fast if I need to. I prefer not to, but I can. But I do remember when I was 11 or 13, yeah, I never wanted to wake up. Of course, before I became an adult, most days I was forced to wake up against my will anyway. Even on weekends. One day for church and one day because my parents just didn't believe in letting us sleep in for whatever reason. Anyway. Maya, time to get up and get ready for school. My cousin comes in and delivers the bad news. If it had been anybody else, I would have been mad. I can't get mad at Amy, though. Amy is always super nice to me, so we don't fight. Not like Izzy and I do sometimes. Sometimes Izzy gets really annoyed at me, even though I'm always trying my best to be cool. Amy isn't cool. Izzy told me so. She said that everyone makes fun of Amy, and so that's why she has to be nice to everyone. I never really understood it, but that's how it is. I think Izzy's just a jerk. 5 more minutes. This CG of her is really cute. Look at this. She looks tired. I think we've all made that face before. Nope, I already waited an extra 5 minutes before coming in to wake you. If you don't hurry, you'll be late. Shoot. It didn't feel like an extra 5 minutes. She should have come in at a regular time and then given me 5 more minutes to wake up. Doesn't she know that? Fine. Amy leaves my room and goes downstairs. She is the one who makes my breakfast in the morning, so that's what she'll be doing right now. That's why I like having her around. As much as I like Izzy, Amy takes care of me better. I never really had a mom, so everyone in the family has helped out taking care of me. And over the last 2 years or so, Amy has done most of the work. Kevin was the one who used to take care of us the most. And not just me, but everyone. And then he left and got a girlfriend, and Ron took his place. Or Ron took his place. Now Ron's gone too. So it's supposed to be Birdie's turn, but he doesn't really do much. Neither does Izzy. That's why Amy has been really great. I don't really remember my mom. I was only 3 years old when she died, so I don't even know what it's like to have one. I can remember little things, times when I was with her, but I can't match the face from the pictures with the dreams. I can't remember seeing her face at all. That's why when I see pictures, it doesn't feel familiar to me. That doesn't stop me from looking at them, though. I pull out photo albums all the time just to look. I ask questions about her all the time, too, but no one tells me anything. She needs an extra snooze button. If I'm elected president, my first act will be to enact a national extra snooze button. Every single person gets one extra snooze every single day, and if you do not use it, it will roll over in perpetuity. So if you don't use a snooze button for a week, you get 7. A month, you get 30. A full year, you get 365 extra snoozes. If you don't hit the snooze button for a total of 5 years, then that's it. You never have to be on time for anything ever again. I see this as an absolute win, people. The only thing I know is that they all say she died of a broken heart because my dad passed away a year before that. I don't remember him either, not even the little things. I guess I was just too little to be able to make any memories of him. Kevin says he was a great man, and much better than my Uncle Xander. That's not a surprise. Uncle Xander sucks. He's never taken care of anyone. Ron told me he got that way after my aunt died, but then why didn't he die of a broken heart too? Izzy says it's because he never had one to begin with. You can't break something that doesn't exist. I think I'm with Izzy on that. As long as I stay out of Uncle Xander's way, he doesn't bother me. It's everyone else that really hates him. Especially Kevin. He used to fight with him all the time. He doesn't really even take care of himself. Kind of seems to me like he is just drinking himself into an early grave and doesn't care. God, that was annoying. I liked having my older brother around, but it seemed like all he ever did was start fights with Uncle Xander, making things worse than they had to be. It's been a little better since Kevin moved out. He still makes sure we're doing okay and stuff, so it isn't like he's forgotten about us. Okay, I need to get up. In one quick movement, I hop up on my arms and push myself from the bed. It's not the easiest way to wake myself up, but if I go slowly, I usually end up just falling back on my pillow again. Been there. There was an incident where I was in summer camp, and the alarm went off, and I shut it off, and I started to get out of bed, and the next thing I know, my camp counselor is actually, nudging my shoulder, I think is what he was doing. It was something to try and get me to wake up because I had fallen asleep in the middle of getting out of bed. Like, I had sat up and I had thrown my legs over the side and I was just sitting there completely asleep. And apparently I had been that way for like 10 or 15 minutes before anyone noticed. So, yeah, sometimes you just need to do it fast or he will never get done. As I make my way down the stairs, I see Izzy just as she's leaving for school. Getting kinda late, don't you think? I put on my sweetest smile before answering. Or at least I try. It's hard to look your best when your eyes are still half glued tight from sleepiness. I can eat fast. Just don't choke on your food. Later, kiddo. And just like that, she leaves. I can still see her through the window a bit, lighting up a cigarette as she walks. I hate the smell of those things. I don't know why she likes them so much. She likes black licorice too. Disgusting. I walk into the kitchen and I'm greeted by Amy, who's holding a plate full of pancakes for me. Hello, sleepyhead. Here's your breakfast. Thank you. This is a really good start to my morning. She usually just pours me a bowl of cereal when I get up, but today she has actually cooked. Did Izzy eat any? No, she said she wasn't hungry and left for school. So, does that mean there's more for me? Wait and see if you can eat these 3 first, and if you're still hungry, you can have hers. I love Maya's design. She's adorable. I probably won't even be able to get through my share, but it's nice to know there's more if I want them. Having settled that, I go to sit down on the table just as Bertie walks in and grabs a plate. Amy sits down too. Have we met the whole family by now? We know Kevin, Ron, Bert, Amy, Izzy, Maya. I feel like there's Shauna. We saw Shauna in the prologue. I still feel like there's maybe one or two that I'm not thinking of, though. I guess we'll find out soon enough, right? Anything special happening at school today, Maya? I don't think so. I can't remember. If I can't remember, it's almost for sure that nothing fun is happening. Oh, okay, cool. The only days I even get excited about anymore are gym days, but those are on Fridays. You're excited for gym? Wait. Today is Friday. Awesome, it is. Today is Friday in real life, too. Oh, I have gym. Ah, that'll be fun. What about you? Are you doing anything fun today? I doubt it. I had my share of fun yesterday hanging out with Bella after school. Who's Bella? I should probably know that. Darn. I really need to pay more attention to people. I didn't even know Amy was out yesterday. I just thought she would be in her room like she always is. She keeps to herself a lot, so why wouldn't I think that? Oh, but now that I think about it, I remember seeing her light on in her room when I got home from school. See, I had a reason to think that. But that means she left the light on in her room all day. My uncle would be pissed if he knew that. You left the light on in your room yesterday, then? I did? I don't remember that. Shoot, please don't tell anyone. Okay. I smile widely, letting her know she can count on me. And of course she can. I mean, she made me pancakes, for crying out loud. Delicious. Thanks. I'll have to check on that before I leave today. Bertie, what about you? Anything interesting happening today? No. Huh, saw that coming. Bertie never has anything interesting to say. Heck, I don't think he even finds anything interesting himself. Why even bother asking? Thanks for the breakfast, Amy. I'm going to school now. Bertie slides the chair out from the table and gets up to leave. Boys eat a lot faster than girls, and plus, he started scarfing his down before I did, even though I was here first. I shouldn't make it a competition, though, since we're going to different schools. Picking up his knapsack from underneath the table, he leaves me and Amy alone. Amy is always really nice to him. She tells me that with Ronnie Ron gone, Bertie is our protector. Izzy tells me he's a freak, though, and that he's even scarier than Uncle Xander because you can't ever tell what he's thinking. I can never tell what anybody's thinking. Or maybe I just don't care all that much. I daydream a lot. I think that's part of the reason. I could be selfish like that. I'd never admit it out loud to anyone, though. Anyway, I wonder what Bertie would do if Uncle Xander ever went crazy and tried to hurt me. It's the quiet ones you need to watch out for. Bertie, I 100% believe. I know nothing of him. I have seen him for all of 2 minutes between this and the other routes, or the other chapters rather, but, he strikes me as the kind of guy who would probably kill Xander in an instant if it meant protecting the rest of his family, and he probably wouldn't feel any remorse. It's the quiet ones you need to watch out for, people. He's terrifying. I find it hard to imagine him protecting me, or even saying anything to try and stop it. That's probably what Izzy thinks, too. I want to ask Amy why she thinks he would help us, but she'd probably get mad at me for doubting him. Can't help but notice that Bertie is front and center on the art of the game. Just saying. I don't know. I just don't see it. Phew. I look down at my plate. I've only eaten 1.5 of the pancakes so far, and I'm already full. Darn, I guess I won't be able to eat any of Izzy's after all. I had a feeling you'd be full before you finished. Aw, I really thought I could do it. Don't force yourself to eat too much. You'll end up making yourself sick. Yeah, okay, I think I'm done. She grabs our plates and brings them over to the sink. She ate 2 pancakes, more than I had, although she's also several years older than her, so. I look over at the clock on the microwave and see that I don't have much time before school starts. If I don't start walking now, I'll be late. Time to go! Jumping out of the chair, I run to the front door. Bye, Amy! Thanks for the pancakes! You're welcome! Have a nice day! I barely hear her as I grab my knapsack and open the door to leave. Gotta hurry. Oof! Hey, what the? I walked into something. Or someone. Hey, kid. You alright there? I look up at the tall woman standing in front of our house. She dresses really weird. Izzy would call her a dyke. That means she loves women. Izzy thinks all girls that dress in tight clothes are dykes, though, and that all guys that dress in tight stuff are fags. I felt bad even for saying that. It was the 80s, guys. It probably isn't true. I saw the way people used to dress 10 years ago, and it was much worse. The 70s were a magical time, is all I have to say. Spandex, ew. This woman isn't that bad a dresser. She still looks weird, though. Yeah, sorry. Looks like you're in a hurry. Going to school? Of course you are. I can see your backpack. Silly me. Hey, it matches the time period, so that's fair. Also, Izzy would say that. So it's in a character for her. All I could do is stare at her. She's kind of a scary person, even though she's trying to be friendly. She probably just seems scary because I've been told by my family members so many times never to talk to strangers because they can be bad people. Not every stranger is a bad person, but you should be careful. No need to be shy. I'm Mariana. What's your name, sweetheart? Maya. I know I'm not supposed to be talking to her, but she doesn't seem that bad. And it's not like I'm going to go anywhere with her or anything. I'm right in front of my house, so really there's nothing to be afraid of. She probably just lives in the neighborhood. And a very lovely neighborhood it is, I gotta say. Ah, pretty name. Do you live here with your mom and daddy? No, they died. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So, who takes care of you? My sister and my cousins. I hesitate to answer more. And my uncle. It's his house. Well, that's nice that you have so many people taking care of you. I have a rather small family myself, so when my parents died, it was just me and my brother left. That sucks. Well, it wasn't all that bad. I was already an adult by that time, and my parents and I never really saw eye to eye. I do miss them, though. I'm sure you miss yours, too. Not a lot. I don't really remember them much because I was just a baby when they died. I know I should be getting to school now, but this woman is kind of interesting. I like that she seems so honest about her family. It makes me feel like I can be, too. None of the kids at school have mixed up family like I do. It sometimes gets hard to relate to them. I see. Well, at least you don't have any bad memories of them. Oh, I forgot. Today is a very exciting day because we're now holy cow, that looked weird. Okay, that looks very interesting. 30 days away. less than 30 days away now until we leave for Asia. I'm excited. The series needs a physical. Oh, I'm sure that Bella would love for there to be a lot of physical. Becca. Sorry. Whatever her name. Amy's friend. I'm sure Amy's friend would say that, yes, there needs to be a lot of physical. Anyway. Yeah, that's true. I don't have any memories of my dad, but the few memories of my mom that I have are okay. Maya, you need to hurry to school or you're going to be late. I hear Amy say that as she's coming up from behind me. I'm sorry, who are you? Amy doesn't get angry often. She usually just gets upset. Or sad. I don't think I've ever heard her use an angry tone of voice before. But when she said that just now, that would be more like, I'm sorry, who are you? Probably. I don't know. It wasn't exactly angry, but it did sound stern. Yeah, it's going to be great. A 2.5 week vacation. We're going to be leaving the last Sunday of March, and we won't be back until second half of April. 2 days in China, 2 days in Hong Kong, and then 2 weeks in Japan. It's going to be great. It's really weird hearing that from her. It's like she's trying to be like my guard or something. I could tell that she already doesn't trust this woman. And maybe I shouldn't care, but I do want her to think that I don't want her to think that I'm being stupid and talking to strangers all the time. I feel like I should prove that this person isn't all bad, even though it might make me a bit late. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be holding her up. I was just out for a stroll and we accidentally bumped into each other. I'm Mariana. I live down the street a few blocks. Okay. I'm sorry if I sounded rude. I just don't want Maya to be late. Oh, not at all. We just got caught up trading stories. Are you her sister? Her cousin, actually. I see. Well, it's very good of you all to be looking out for one another. Sounds like you're a pretty close family. I like to think we are. Even though my parents are gone and Amy's mom is too, all the kids have been together for 10 years now. That's most of my life. And everyone takes care of each other, especially because Uncle Xander can't even take care of himself. I still have a brother and a sister that love me, and my cousins who cook me breakfast and try to protect me from strangers. This woman is trying to tell me that I'm lucky, and I think I believe her. Look at how short Maya is compared to Amy. Maya's so adorable. The other kids at school can't see how that would make sense, but I do. And I'm glad that someone else can too. That's very nice of you to say. We do our best. There I go, holding you up even further. I'm such a twit sometimes. This nice weather just puts me in a nice and talkative mood is all. Please scoot off to school before I start blubbering again. It's no problem. Have a good day at school, Maya. Better hurry. Bye. Bye. I turn in the direction of my school and start walking again, proud that Amy didn't yell at me for talking to a stranger before she left. I think she came to understand that it was just a harmless conversation between neighbors. My school is in the opposite direction of Amy's, and she has to take a bus to get to hers. I think it's unfair that her school starts later than mine. She's older, so shouldn't she have to start classes earlier? Anyways, I'm just glad I don't have to take the bus every morning. That would suck. Just as I turn a corner, I hear someone yell from behind. Wait up just a second! I'm surprised to hear that voice again so soon, but recognize it instantly. Sorry, there was something else I wanted to say back there. I just didn't want to say it in front of your cousin. Oh, Okay, what is it? That's pretty weird. It's pretty interesting. I'm pretty interested, though, because it's for my ears only and not Maya's. Well, as I was telling you, it's very good of you all to be looking out for one another. It sounds like you're a pretty close family. Yeah, of course I remember that. She said it just a minute ago. Uh-huh. Especially considering your father killed your aunt, your cousin killed your father, and your worthless fucking mother committed suicide because the thought of taking care of her rotten children was just too much to bear. What the... What is she saying? Is she really talking to me? Why would she say something like that out of the blue? My goodness. This is an 11 or 13-year-old kid. That's such an awful thing to say. Why is she suddenly being so mean, saying something so awful and untrue? Who is this woman? What is wrong with her? But I'm sure you already knew that. Your family is full of murderers. But what you don't know is that someday it'll catch up with you. All of you. And when that day comes, I hope you've had the common sense to be far, far away from it all. Because I'd hate for someone as young as you to grow up with so many enemies. I suppose that'll be up to you. Have a good day at school, Gallo. She walks back in the direction she came from, lighting up a cigarette as she goes. I'm stuck in my place, unable to move. That's just rude. Man. What an asshole. My heart is pounding, and I can't seem to think straight. Why would she lie to me like that? Why? Oh, wait, does Maya really not know any of that? It's not true. It's not true. Just out of frickin' nowhere. Why? That's... Oh, man. I don't care how mad you are, never take it out on a child, man. That's just uncalled for. Maya's the MVP. Ring. 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 Hello? It's me. I was beginning to think I wouldn't be hearing from you. Yeah, well, it's been a long day. So what'd you find out? Xander's definitely living there, although he sounds to be a little more than merely a presence in the household. The little girl hesitated before even mentioning him, after divulging that she was living with her cousins. Just her cousins? What about the brother? She only mentioned a sister. He must not be living with them. I figured that'd be the case, so how many cousins are there? Can't say. I spoke to the youngest, and then one of them came out. A girl, probably 14 or 15 at most. You were supposed to find out if the boys were still there. If you think you could have gotten more out of the little shit, then you should have gone and done it yourself. Temper, temper. You didn't blow your cover, did you? Mariana! I may have given the little one a piece of cautionary advice. She's not going to say anything. It's not a problem. You magnificent fucking idiot! Not only do I not know if he has any protection in his home, but now I have to worry that they're going to see the entire thing coming. You've ruined everything. Oh, quit being so overdramatic. You're still making the hit tomorrow night, aren't you? Well, now I'm going to have to, aren't I? So what's the problem? Big deal. You can't take the easy way out and strangle the you'll fucking asleep. Maybe this way you could take out the whole lot of them and not have to worry in the future. You disappoint me, Mariana. After all this time, you haven't changed even a little. Whatever. I think I just heard someone come in. I'm hanging up now. Click. Armand? Ariana? Mariana? Out here, dear. What are you up to? Oh, just having a butt. I know how you hate it when I smoke indoors, so I do it while you're away. Wow, you really are in love with me. And what are you gonna do about it? Birdie's Job, Chapter 6. Why would you do that to Maya, man? I thought you were cool. I think back to the conversation I had with Dad about an hour ago. It's hard to think about anything else. It was so confusing. We were driving in his car to the meeting place, the one where the deal is going down tonight. After my dad stopped bitching about how stupid and pointless it was for him to be there was about 10 to 15 minutes of silence between us as he drove. I didn't have a lot on my mind, so I just sat there and listened to the music going on in my head. I knew I should have just brought a Walkman. Walkman! I don't care if it's 2025, Walkmans are still a perfectly valid way of listening to music. I actually kind of prefer them. No, it depends. It really depends. She tried warning her in a sense. Yeah, I kind of get that, but man, that was just not cool. But then finally he started speaking, and I had to turn the music down in my head so that I could hear him. I want you to be clear about something, son. Okay. I have a bad feeling about tonight. I have a bad feeling about every deal that's gone down since the coalition started offing mafiosi. But this one is different. Okay. This one was set up by Kevin. It involves a lot of shady people that I know nothing about. I've talked to Dean about it, and he doesn't know much about them either. I don't trust Kevin. You of all people should not trust Kevin either. Why? I don't like asking questions, not when the questions are coming from my dad. What he tells me is what I have to believe. That's how it has always been. Otherwise I get confused and I don't know how to tell right from wrong. He helps me figure things out like that. So does Ron and Kevin and Amy and Izzy and sometimes even Maya. But when I'm told not to listen to one of those people, it creates a conflict in my head. I don't understand what's right anymore. And so in my mind, I have to ask the question. I don't know if the reason will be enough for me to be able to make my own decision, but I have to ask anyway. It's not fair to confuse me like that. The last time I was put in that position, it was 11 years ago. I chose to kill my uncle because if I didn't, then Ron might have died. I didn't want Ron to die. He's my brother. He helps me know things. My uncle was family too, but I knew Ron much better than him. And even though I still didn't understand what I was supposed to do, my finger pulled the trigger anyway. I was told I did a good thing after that. By my dad and by Ron. The others didn't say anything about it. Lots of them were sad, and that was confusing. Why weren't they happy? Ron was alive. I did good. But they were sad anyway, and I spent a long time trying to understand why. I don't like being confused like that. And right now it feels like it's happening again. Don't tell me bad things about the people who I'm supposed to protect. It's frustrating, and I get angry. Kevin is a complicated man. He loved his father very much. When you took him away from him, he became very angry at you, and at me. Okay. Kevin was mad at me, but I saved Ron. That doesn't make sense. Kevin doesn't know that Ron could have died if Uncle Gerald wasn't killed instead. That's stupid. Kevin is really stupid. He's dangerous. I feel like everything he does is against me, against the family. I need you to understand, son, that he is not someone that we can afford to trust. Okay. I'm still a little conflicted, but the directions are simple enough. He's drawing a line of hierarchy for me. I just wish I knew how everyone else fits into the diagram. The moment anything goes wrong, I want you to shoot him. Is that understood? The moment anything goes wrong. That can mean any number of things. What exactly is he suspecting will happen tonight? Would Kevin turn around and kill my dad? I've never thought him capable of something like that. How am I supposed to completely change these feelings in my mind? It doesn't make much sense. Okay. I'll comply, but I'm unclear on the rules. The last thing I want to do is hesitate at a crucial moment. But if that's all he's going to tell me, what else can I do? I close my eyes, washing the memory from my brain. Will I know what to do when faced with this situation? Is that what he expects of me? That's stupid. He has to be more clear. If Kevin were to turn around and shoot him, that would be easy. But if something else were to go wrong, like a firefight between us and the other guys, I can't leap to the conclusion that it was all Kevin's doing, can I? Is that what Dad wants me to do? That's confusing. When I open my eyes again, I've come back to the present. It looks like we're about to meet someone named Deep Throat in here who's going to tell us all the secrets of Follow the Money. That's exactly what this looks like. We're at the meeting place for the deal. There's me, Dad, Dean, Kevin, and 7 of our men walking at a snail's pace to the center of the hall. I notice that we're walking slower and slower with each step now. There's no one else there to meet us. My hand immediately moves to my sidearm as I watch everyone else do the same. Kevin, where are they? They're probably just late. You said they'd show up half an hour earlier. Kevin looks uncomfortable. I'm not good at reading people's emotions, the one thing I know about myself. So when I can read them, it means that it's very obvious. I look over at my dad's face to see if he can read it. If I could read him. I can't. I've come to understand that I can't read facial expressions the way other people do, especially him, because he always looks the same. It's true. They said they'd be here. Go check the hallway. We'll remain here. Kevin doesn't move. The 10 of us are all looking at him, but he doesn't do anything. Well, what are you waiting for? I don't know. Something just feels off. This was your deal, kid. Go check it out. Kevin hesitates a few more seconds, looking other men in their faces. Everyone has their hands on their sidearms, ready for the worst. Something is wrong, and even Kevin admits to it. And then finally, he slowly starts walking out to the hall by himself. My dad comes close to me then, leaning over and whispering in my ear. Follow him. If he attempts to flee, shoot him, and don't hesitate. Follow his orders? You're gonna do this to me right now? Why would you do this to me right now? That is so uncalled for. Look at this. You've given me the first choice in the whole game right here at the end of the stream, which gives me an out to say next time. You gotta give me these. I hate when visual novels give me choices as if it's not part of the genre. Oh, man. I don't even know which one I would pick anyway, but that's a problem for future me to worry about. Yeah. We're at the end of the stream. I'm taking my out. I'm evil. Asbester's the one who put a choice in here. Thank you so much. I love visual novels. One, they're fun. Like, I just love the genre in general, too. The silent ones where no one talks is fun because it lets me, like, do the different voices and stuff, which I always enjoy doing. And 3, this is just a really gripping VN. Like, I want to know what happens next. I want to see Maya be happy. I have known this girl for 5 minutes, but if anything happened to her, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself. I just want to see everyone happy, frankly. Maybe not Kevin. He's shown that he's kind of a maniac. And Birdie, I just don't have an opinion on him yet. I wish everyone in this family was happy. They've already gone through so much, and I kind of get the impression that it's about to go south. Well, Crime Opera 2, The Floodgate Effect, is now out on consoles. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. What are you waiting for? Crime Opera 1 is also available, so go get that as well. You do not need 1 to fully appreciate 2. I've never played 1 and I'm loving 2 plenty, but they're both out, so get it, support the creator, all that stuff. And thank you to Asbester for being here and hanging out. Really appreciate it. I'll be back on Sunday, continuing my playthrough of Zhanyan's Sword, The Gate of Firmament. Something for you guys to look forward to. Thank you to Dimlord, Andriah, and of course, the developer of this game, Asbester, for being here. Shout out to the lurkers and shout out to everyone watching on YouTube afterwards. On behalf of East Asia Soft, I have been Skull. Have yourselves a great day and a great weekend, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.